Good morning. Kind of goofing around. Looking to play around with IRSSI. Pretty neat. Got a whole bunch of stuff you can do in here. Add different messages or networks. Hmm. Oh, logging. Let's see, proxies. Well, RC2 people. Well, neat. If modules, all sorts of things. RC is built in. XMPP. Not familiar with Psych. What is robust? Is this the one with the Oh, am I in the wrong browser? I'm in the wrong browser. Over here. Without net splits, wow. Oh, they have built-in help, okay. The manual's outdated and not finished. Let's check the settings. I mean, think of that, maybe I want to connect to Twitch through something like this. How would I do it? Searching for auth. Wow, there are a ton of scripts in here. Let's try just connecting to something. Godot engine. What is it? Oh, we have to set that ahead of time, don't we? Oh. Oh, it scrolled back. Oh, Nick is Mr. Halsey. Okay, / join. Let's see. For the browser. All right, so your SASL. Hey, morning, everyone. How's it going? I'm playing around with IRC stuff. Okay, nice. I think I'm on this version or later. Let's check that. Oh, was it listed? Oh yeah, 1.2.2. We're already connecting for cryptic connection. Fingerprints, great. How do we set this up? Network add. Is this going to give us another free node entry? And do I have to remember it's free, like free node Mr. Halsey? Let's try that. Password. Some sort of password. Make this in plain. Okay. let's try that. I ended up doing that, not on screen though. Well, supposedly it's going to send me a message. Let me check my email. Oh, it did. All right, so now I have to confirm that. I basically got to copy a line in there and message Nixserve again. Or did that not copy? Try again, copy. Oh, strange. All right, we got that. We did this. I think we need to do that. Should be able to do that, but I'm going to do the SASL thing. Halsey free node. Okay. We'll do a /save. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it did succeed the auth. It seems as though I'm logged in, saying that I am. Hmm. Okay, so we did this stuff here. Oh, we can highlight. should be okay now. Walk back into here. Hey, there's Toast Eater. All right, we'll leave that going for a bit. Okay. I just wanted to see what was going on over there. Clear out some of this. Okay, those PRs got merged. A little cleanup. Oh. Okay, hub. It was. Master does not appear to be a repository. Get repository. Oh. Fetch origin. Oh my goodness, it's early. Oh, nothing? I thought I nuked a bunch of stuff over there. Yeah, whatever. Wanted to take a peek and see if there's anything that we could do real quick. Get a bunch of these safety sections that I am not qualified to fill out. Two strings, some of this other stuff. To give us like full numbers on this. I want to know how many warnings there were. Does Clippy have a terse mode? Doesn't look like it. All right, not right now. What's that from? All right. So we're going to go back to those side of things. Been a while, but let's see. Let's get back up to speed. We were running Godot. We have Rust code, a Rust library, loading up into Godot, creating this, the actions for these pages. Then if I click on the login button, oh, it's running, so let's see. There we go. Let's see. I click on the login button, that sends a message to async, to a thread that's running an async runtime, and it receives the message. So we can click on it a bunch, and hello is kind of the response we're getting out of there. We're going to try to connect to, well, we're going to work our way into connecting to the game server with this. Let's see. Go back to the code. All right. Oh, I forgot to send things out on Discord. I'll do it real quick. All right. Go. I don't know. You know what? I did an everyone on that. I'll ask when people get here. That's annoying or not. I guess you just silence the channel, couldn't you? Okay. So we've got a couple things here. Login. Well, go back to net. Net. A bunch of different elements in here. Some things that we've started using in here that we should probably use in one of the other scripts as well. Modules. Should probably change scene manager. Do the same thing instead of using lazy init here. Because in here we have this option, and technically we don't need the option here. If we use one cell instead, we could use one cell. Toss a new one cell on there. Should break things down here. What's that called? Oh, scene change. Don't we set that somewhere? Ah, here it is. Current scene. Well, I highlighted the wrong one. My mistake. Hey, Jemmett, how's it going? Let's see, so when we're ready, should set it. Oh, we can use our other wrapper too. Sorry, it's taking off my boots. My legs were wet inside the boots. Not good. Big old muck boots. All right. Interesting that that change there didn't break it. Don't think we need to do that for a one cell. Look at the docs on cell. Actually, let's build the docs. Get a source. Yeah, I've done unit tests. Actually, on the game server, I've done a bunch of unit tests. And some integration tests, actually. I'm just using what's built into Rust, actually. So Rust has some pretty decent unit testing support. Let's see if we go into it's just called server. Go in here. Just that's just the setup. Tests. So these are my integration tests. So where are they? Oh, these are utility functions or utility modules. Oh, there we go. Here's LinkedIn. So if you have a tests folder, Cargo understands that the modules inside of there are for testing. I'm actually using Tokyo, so I decorate them with the Tokyo concurrent test. If you're just doing regular tests like that, and you use asserts, if there's a panic in the test, it fails. So fairly straightforward and simple kind of testing mechanisms. Okay, where else? Mod test. Oh, let's go one directory up. There. Got some other unit tests around here. Oh, like in Cosmos, yeah. So typically you would do something like this, where you have your just a module inside of a file. Okay, this is my test module. I have a macro. If I just hit tm tab, I get this. But it lets you have access to all of your code that's in the parent module, which is nice. You just say use super colon and then everything in there, and then write some tests for it. And what do I test? Well, it depends. In this case, this is the island generation. I wanted to make sure that the algorithm has less than 45% water whenever it generates an island. So it goes through and generates 100 islands. There's a random, I just wanted a okay sampling, and just to verify that people weren't going to get islands that had very little water on them, or excuse me, that were mostly water. I wanted it to be mostly land. So things like that. I have some sanity checks for the output of these different functions. Where else do I have unit tests like this? There's in Forge, game types. Oh yeah, a lot of serialization tests. I don't want to go into the ones in Forge. This one's fairly common. In this case, I'm testing some serialization. Basically, the serialization that goes between the server and the client. Just making sure that all looks sane. Because I'm using like a modified CBOR format. It's basically a CBOR without tags. That's really, really terse. I think it actually works fairly well. And as long as you're, doing tests that are, or writing code that can easily be tested this way, it works really, really nicely. I do not do mock objects. So there are some crates out there that let you do mock objects, things like that. But for the game server, I test it end to end with the well, almost end to end. So do I have a my to do? No, we'll just drop some text in here. So normally the game server starts at like one end, right? It's got like TCP connections. And the TCP connections come in and go to the game server, and then you have kind of at the other end you have the DB. And I test from here to here. So I fake out the TCP stuff. But other than that, everything in the game engine is tested in my integration tests. So including like proper full-on like Postgres databases, I spawn up like each integration test gets its own copy of the database, and then at the end of it, it drops it. Works out pretty well. And then if the test fails, the database doesn't get dropped, and I can go and inspect it and see what sort of state it was left in. Let's see. I'm going to fast forward that a little early for that today. All right. I go to docs. Raising one cell. Interesting. Is none? Why is there an is none on there? Oh, get returns an option. That's right. Because we're going to want to set it. And yeah, if we get an error, that's fine. Use that. Oh, the other extension we want is Godot expect. Uh-oh, deleted some extra stuff there. All right, we're going to use this one cell. That type is wrong. There we go. Where's current scene? Here it is. Now, ready is kind of the Godot script constructor. They pass in the node that we're attached to in the scene graph. We can say, okay, current scene. Say, I don't even think we want to do that. We can bail later. Do not need to do those. Lock, unwrap, replace. What do we have scene node here? Oh, so it can go between threads. Is that actually needed? I don't remember that being needed. Oh, because the thing inside of it, the node, doesn't send. That's right. Yeah, and we're basically... I wonder what the right way to do this is. So if we have a node and we're trying to pass it from one thread to the other, node itself does not implement send. Let's say GD. It inherits from object. It's unsafe. Yeah. Non-reference counted objects, such as this one, such as the one of this type, are usually owned by the engine. Node is an unsafe pointer. All of its methods are unsafe. Okay. In the cases where Rust code owns an object of this type, for example, if the object was just created on the Rust side and not passed to the engine yet, ownership should be given. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to have to call that because it's not owned by us. It's actually owned by the engine. But we have to wrap it in that new type pattern. See, there isn't like a get ref or anything on here that we should be calling. Get path to. Yeah, this is just all the basically all the functions of the Godot node object. Ooh, RPC. What's this one? Huh. Is that for their networking stuff? Set owner, yada yada. This owner isn't. Yeah, that's just if another node owns this node. Okay, not much there. I think it's going to be okay. We should probably do something that releases that though. So does Godot have a destructor? So if we have ready here, and that gives us the node, maybe we should have something else that says like, oh well, when we're going away, we need to release it or set it to something else. But I think the scene manager is going to live for the entire game. Probably okay. Probably okay. Oh, you can connect to the exit tree signal. Oh, interesting. I think we're going to be okay though. Let's see. If it does start to blow up, I think that's going to be due to the fact that oh, you know what? Maybe we should connect to the exit tree signal and log loudly on that, saying you should never do this. It should always be there. All right, so instead of this, we're going to call set. Set is going to panic. Expect Godot. And in this case, should not have been set yet. Hey, good morning, Mitch, and welcome. Okay, I'm using oh, you were playing around with the other credits. That's cool. I like it for the 32-bit color support. I'm also going to toss this into the chat. Oh, added a reborrow trait that replaced a bunch of the clones on copy and write. Oh, nice. I do remember that, actually. Well, let's take a look. Oh, interesting. It gets rid of the borrow without cloning the copy and write. Private rev. Oh, interesting. You're using a sealed trait. Associated trait type. Oh, that's neat. So you can actually put the lifetime on the output. That's part of the interface. Oh, that's neat. I've not seen that before. On the trait itself. On 16. Oh, I see, yeah. Huh. That is interesting. That's kind of like a today I learned. Self-debug type and type. Oh, neat. Let's see, this is the 2nd of June already. So here we're implementing it for stir. Oh, and here it's for option stir, and this one is for option to a borrow of a copy. Wow. Okay. Oh, is in. Ah. This is pretty cool. So in this case, manage self. Self is shared borrow. Oh, I didn't know that they had cow borrowed. Oh, oh, that's neat. That's neat. That's really cool. Okay. Just with fancy types. That's really nice. Using as ref there. Yep. It all works because of the lifetimes. Nice. I see. So the module being private keeps them from being exported, but then you do have. How is it that you have a public trait with that extends from a private type or a private trait? I get that's how they do sealed, but it seems like I've tried to do stuff like this before and it errors out. Is this only possible on traits? Because I don't think you can do this with other types, can you? Yeah, just traits. Oh, I see. So you implemented it for all types, where to create as owned or rebar. Oh, I see. Oh, nice. That's cool. So what was it that was kind of gnawing at you to get that? Oh, my words made you upset since the children are already teaching me what's like a program. Well, let's see. Let's see. Oh, nice. You decided to knock that other problem out. Get user display name. You get copyright to a that is cool. All right. Let's see if we can. First scene doesn't exist. Oh, interesting. Private message is in the borrowed state. Oh, did nothing. Oh, interesting. Oh, man. How many years have you been doing Rust, Museum? How many years? You do C++ outside of this, right? $2 years now. C++. Now, out of curiosity, I don't want to ask any specifics about the J job, but is it a specific version of C++? Are you doing kind of modern stuff, or is it like ancient C++ for compatibility reasons? You get to use like the C++ 21 stuff, the 24 stuff, or mixed? Or is it C++ 20, right? It was 14, 17, 20. It's going to be 23. Modern is 14? Oh my goodness. When I was doing C, I had to do compiling for 5 operating systems plus their variants, which came up to like 10. And in order to have like a single code base that would just work, it was C98 stuff. It was horrible. All the values, all the variables at the top of the function, and oh my goodness. All right, well that should work there. Let's keep going with current scene. Current scene. Bird go to scene, and in this case, we're actually swapping them, aren't we? So we free the last one. Why are we calling free on it? We don't own it. Oh, I'm glad we saw this. Might have some sort of like double free bug here. Does once sell? Announcing Rust 1.24. Now, what was significant about 124? Right, Ian. My docs go. Yeah, this will work. Yeah, we want one cell. Oh, ooh, wow. I saw that the upgrade to LLVM 10 made it a little bit slower too. But that's amazing. Yeah. Only regenerating what's needed. So it's great. Okay. We're doing a sync one cell. Oh wow, that link doesn't work. Modules. What is mitochondria? That's, I guess, a cell. Oh, there is a take. Good. All right, so we can still call take on that. Oh, and yeah, no, man, Mitch, you got me thinking about you. Oh, and there's a bunch of Yars landing. I think we can just do a take. We don't actually want to do a free here. Okay, this should panic or expect Godot. All right, so once we do that, get the resource loader. Cast it. Casting it to one of its base types there, the packed scene. We instantiate the new scene. Oh, so you can toggle that. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. All right, so in this case, we're going to add it to the tree, the new scene that gets loaded. I don't remember why I did that. I'm just kind of copying this forward from my GD script. I probably got this from some documentation. And then set it again. They don't have like a, should just be a set. Oh. Set returns an option, doesn't it? Oh, it returns a result, which should be fine. I really don't see how it's still going to be empty here. All right, I think that's more accurate. Down here, when we go to a scene, so I've been looking through that GD native Rust code, and there is so much unsafe code in there. Amazing. And then you have Clippy. I was going through and trying to clean up some of the Clippy stuff so that maybe they could actually gate on Clippy warnings, which should be fine for a project like that. And Clippy is saying that you can actually use other sort of reference types and stuff like that. So there's transmute all over for different pointers and whatnot. And it just struck me that transmute, using transmute just looks so much cleaner than the big long typecasts. Right? This borrowed pointer as this other mutable pointer type, yada yada yada. But what is the benefit of using those casts over a transmute? Is it just that the compiler can help you out a little bit? Like, how much does it actually help you? To reinterpret cast in C++? I see. So just bytes to bytes, just here you go. I take your word for it. Wow. All right, so if we do this, there we go. We're just using that node to get to the scene manager. I see. That's just amazing. What I like about transmute is that it looks at the types on both sides and says, okay, here you go. I mean, it just seems so much cleaner because Rust knows the types on the other sides. Transmute, yeah, that is cool. Feels like something is wrong in here. Current scene. I think I have to do a get on there because it doesn't do a deref, does it? No, it does not implement deref. Oh, it should implement deref? I didn't see that on their type. Default from. Am I looking in the wrong place? Yeah, I thought it might because the compiler wasn't whining about this stuff here. Oh, because it could be empty. Yeah. That makes sense. Whoa. What have I done? All right, so that stuff's all in the GD native bindings, which are over here somewhere. Git. Check out GD native master. Oh. What do I have sitting here? Oh, yes, I was looking at I was trying to clean up some extra stuff, and I thought, I can clean up a couple of Clippy warnings. Lazy implements deref. I see. Okay, just call the closure. Of course. Huh. All right. Yeah, these sort of like transmute here, it's so easy to read because you say, oh, you know what? I can see that it's calling this Godot character string get data blah 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 function, and we're returning a reference to a U8. But this here, It's neat that I can do that. It's meant for structs types. I see. Yeah, because here they're trying to give you a type, this UTF-8 string. Because Godot's string type isn't entirely UTF-8. So yeah, I guess, as you were saying, it's more for like variants here, or for types. All right, we're just gonna tuck that away. GD native, oh, core, sure. There we go. Fetch. Just want to make sure I get the latest one. Okay. What was it whining about up there? Failed to remove that. Why? Yeah, it's really a borrowed U8. Yep. What was that? That's a good question. Let's go back and look. All right, let's look at string. Line 231. Oh, something already has it open? All right. Whatever. Yeah, I wonder what they're actually trying to do here. So they have a UTF-8 string. Data seems like it should be const pointer uint8t. Yeah, this seems weird. So where would this even be useful? Oh, here. Or go back, go back.
Actually, call it right there.
It appears to be the only place where this is used.
Should have a unit test and a doc test.
Actually, why is it here instead of here? If it's only used in as bytes, why even expose that to this code? Oh, is that the signature of the function? Just the array, not a pointer to the array. Hmm. It seems like this should really be over here. Did I get it? All right. So why is this failing all of a sudden? Ah, because they changed all sorts of stuff, but it should compile. Well, sorry, GD native should compile. I don't think there's an issue with it compiling. So if it compiles over there, why is it not working here? So it should cast it to... Oh, but you need to add the length. Oh, the I8s, yeah. Interesting, from raw parts. Slice from raw parts. Now, would that be useful to them? Because they're using it here, only in one place. Oh, I see. I see. So they are calling slice from raw parts. This does not need to be public. Which means... Oh, one too many. Okay.
So now, what is the difference between a const U8 and what did they have before? Was it just an U8? A borrowed U8? So in this case, this is a pointer to a U8. It's a non-changing pointer. Now, what does const mean in this case? Just a const pointer. Okay. Because I wasn't sure if like the C++ const pointer idea was the same in Rust, because what C++ has what, 3 different constants? This is C++. Okay, C++ reference. Immutable point. Oh, I see. I see. Const pointer C++. It's sort of like a reference. Okay. And how does that differ from actually borrowed? Oh, well, that's just a U8, right? That's just a number. How was this working before then? If they say from raw parts, what does from raw parts actually want? Okay, so it does take a const pointer too. So it's casting it again. Hmm. Oh, some extra stuff there. And you said to mark the function as unsafe here, even though it has the unsafe block inside. Now, is this because the return type is unsafe? And in what cases should somebody hide the unsafety, like as bytes, versus expose something being unsafe? Private APIs don't hide safety. I see. I see. Okay. And that's much more of a public API thing, whereas internally, having other pieces of your code knowingly call unsafe code or code that could be unsafe. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, started the job. It was something like this. Other was hiding unsafe and pretending the functions were safe. Ah, wonder if they do this in other places in here. Oh, just a couple places. All right, the one that we were looking at. This one. What are they doing here? They've got, oh, this is their guard. So these access guards for reader or writer, they seem to be exposed on certain types. They are off of what was it? If you have some sort of array or vector, they'll have a dot read function that will return a read guard, and then you can iterate over the read guard. And the user doesn't know that the function, yeah, was just an explosion waiting to happen. So they've got these two, as slice and as slice mute. Self.target. I see. So this self.guard, that's off of aligned there. This type G, it's going to be or to read pointer. This self.target. I wanted to check the other type to see if they were doing something similar here. But this is just going to be for anything that implements guard. It's hard to tell. This type target there is. This seems more correct. It's a const pointer to something. Whatever self type target is. Okay. Or let's say, opening up. Sounds good. Thank you for that. I'm sure. You know, I'll just preemptively toss that in the PR. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and toss this into Chrome for a moment. Oh, what's it saying? Cannot automatically merge. Oh. Really, why not? Generally, you want to make your unsafe scopes as small as possible, which is why blocks exist. Ah, I see. That's good insights. Ah, string. What did they do? They added is empty. Oh, cool. They added is empty. That actually might have been one of my previous PRs. Oh, I want that twice. Just wanted to see that these are the same thing. Okay. Oh, Starga's on the left. Okay, still only called in that one spot. That looks so much nicer. I love those 9 mutes. You are such a fast typer. Oh, there's no Coast versus West Coast debate. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, because I already did it. Oh, mosquitoes are coming out. The time of year that I get to walk around with a mosquito fogger in the mornings when this air is really still. One of the best places in the world. If you have a mosquito problem and you want to know how to solve it, research how Disney World takes care of their mosquito problem. I've never been to Disney World, but I hear that you go to Disney World, which is in the middle of a swamp, there is like never a mosquito, and there are all sorts of really neat articles about how they do it. What? There's only the one change. They got rid of the other function. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get log. Oh, and we didn't actually mark the function as unsafe again. Yeah, edit it anyways. 223 was it?
about there. There we go. That's more true to what we were doing before. Where was the other one? I thought we had 2 changes before. Okay, data. Was that it? Did this go away? Variant 605. Castref mute. Ooh, which one was it? Core? Okay, those are already done. All right, yep. I've been there. That's what we want. There we go. All right. I hope they don't find all these little tiny things like annoying, but it'll be nice for them once they get to the point where they can guard on Clippy. So we got this. All right. We also got. What is going on here? Oh, that's also because git checkout that. Ah, whatever. Actually, I want to check. That'll be faster. All right, and then we got the one cell stuff, cleaned up for a scene manager, corrected the free issue. It should not have been calling free. Oh, you're gonna play around with it. I think it would make a fantastic client for Twitch chat client. In Ani Tokyo. Oh, interesting.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I think in 0.9 they want to add that async stuff. There's a discussion bug on it. Maybe peek in there and see. The native side drive the IO. Oh, I see. Encoder, decoder. Yeah, that'd be cool. So far, so good. Seems to be much cleaner now. Oh, I see. It'll already be used without Tokyo. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, nice. Oh, these are my errors. Ah, I'm getting pinged by the missus. That's some params, and want to slice that and cut the message too. Cool. That's really cool. Well, hey, I gotta get running. I'm over time. Um, I look forward to getting into the GD Native Land Museum. I'm sure there will be some learnings there. I really look forward to it. All right. Oh, you're gonna make a dispatcher using their event system. Oh, neat. You like their signals? That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be neat. Huh. Yeah, I think they just call them signals. I don't signals and maybe handlers or something, but yeah, same idea. We're gonna start the countdown. I wish I had time to do this today. I gotta take a vacation and just do more Rust coding. It's easier to say that now because like, you don't go anywhere on vacations nowadays. So I'm not gonna like piss off my family. Yeah, these look like just arc errors. We'll go and clean those up in some boring meeting later. If there's a boring meeting later. Not all. They're far apart in between. Oh. All right, y'all. I gotta run. Yeah, for the set. Yeah, those look like simple things that I just glossed over. All right. Well, thank you all. I gotta run. So, until next time. Bye, y'all.